Welcome, everybody, to Our Watch with Tim Thompson. I'm your host, Tim Thompson, and I am here today with a concerned parent in the Temecula Valley, here today with Jennifer Dodier. Thank you so much for being here with us.
Of course.
Want to share with our community, and I know there's people that are outside of Temecula Valley that watch this, but our concern is not just for the Temecula Valley, it's for parents and teachers and students all over the place. You and your husband were overseeing your daughter's schooling, as every concerned parent should be doing, and every truly concerned parent is doing. You guys stumbled across something in your child's homework assignment. We're going to play a video of that, and then I'm going to ask you a few questions. So let's go ahead and take a look.
This is a homework assignment for my 7-year-old in 2nd grade at Abby Rinke Elementary in Temecula. Billie Jean King. Let's go to the next slide. You can have a link to I Am Billie Jean King. YouTube link for the book to be read by the author and Billie Jean King. Let's take a listen.
I'm Brad Meltzer. Welcome to Storytime. This is it.
We're going to fast forward to the 10-minute and 30-second mark.
Around this time, I also realized I was gay. Meaning gay means that if you're a girl, you love and have romantic feelings for other girls. And if you're a boy, you love and have romantic feelings for other boys. Eventually, Larry and I stopped being married, and I fell in love with a wonderful woman named Ilana. You can't choose who you fall in love with. Your heart will tell you. Billie Jean.
For a 7-year-old.
All right. So, to me as a parent, and now as a grandparent, the fact that something like this is in a school assignment is very alarming. And so let me just ask you a few questions about what we just saw. So number one is, what school is that?
Abby Rinke.
Abby Rinke School in the Temecula Valley School District. And what age and grade is your child in?
She's in 2nd grade, and she's 7 years old.
All right, so 2nd grade, 7 years old.
Yeah.
This is in the assignment. How did you guys find this? Like, as I saw in the video, you have to scroll all the way through. You knew exactly where this was to show people, but how did you guys find it?
Yeah, it was pretty shocking, to be honest, because it is a pretty conservative school, and but we're proactive parents. I don't let my daughter sit with her iPad by herself. I like to be with her just for moments like these, because you never know what you're going to, what I want to see what they're teaching. So when we saw that she had a biography that she had to do, and we saw the name, not to be judgmental, but we kind of know what Billie Jean King kind of represents. She was very proactive and kind of stood up strong for what she believed, but she also was very outspoken about her sexuality. So my husband said, I'm going to watch the video before our daughter does, because I want to see what they're going to say in it. Thank the Lord he did. And sure enough, it was 10 minutes and 30 seconds into the video. It full on was very explicit about her sexuality and about how she even left her husband. I thought that was a little bit much and beyond a 7-year-old. They should not have put that in there. It made me angry. I was shaking. I went to the principal, I went to the teacher, and sure enough, the teacher said that it was an honest mistake. I believe her, but that's why teachers have to cross their T's and dot their I's.
Right.
Right?
Right. So it's the teacher says, I didn't know that was in there. Is that the case? And
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
And that's well and good. I'm glad they're sorry. But, one of the things that I've been talking about a lot for the last several years is we actually went undercover. We caught this group teaching these school districts, Temecula, Murrieta, Lake Elsinore, Menifee, San Jacinto, Hemet, all of these school districts that surround our area. They were training them how to make sure that the kids get exposed to this stuff without the parents knowing. And one person asked this group a question. They said, well, what happens if we make it real difficult for the parents to opt their kids out and the kid gets exposed to it and then the parent gets mad? And you know what their response was? Who cares? They saw it. That's their attitude, is they really don't care if the parents get upset, so long as they can get this into the heart and the minds of these young children. They've already accomplished what they want. And thankfully, for your daughter, you were able to see this beforehand and make sure that this didn't enter into her sweet heart and her sweet mind.
It would have taken a little bit of her innocence, to be honest.
Right. It's a conversation that shouldn't be had with a 7-year-old.
No.
I think most parents get this, and it's kind of weird. You see what's going on with Disney right now, and them saying, "Oh no, we're going to push this and put 50% of our characters are going to be that way." There's definitely an agenda out for our children.
100%.
There's just no doubt. Let me ask you, do you think that kids being home over the last couple of years, do you think that's played more of a role in parents becoming more aware that these things are out there and that this is in the school's curriculums?
Yes and no. I think it's kind of been an easy, like, oh, they're on their iPads, so do your work, da-da-da-da. And sometimes it's kind of an easy babysitter for some, for like working parents and whatnot. And I think there's probably half the class in my daughter's class that still have no idea this was even the assignment because they didn't even see what was going on. And then the other half, I think, is like me, proactive and sits with their kids, does their homework, with them, and makes sure that there's going to be, they want to check to see what is in the curriculum because, yeah, sure enough, because we can see everything that they're doing, that there is things in the curriculum that are not okay. It's just inappropriate for this age, let alone I feel like parents, we are the ones that decide when and where they're going to learn these things.
Right.
So, and at 7 years old, it's not the time.
No, let's let the kids be kids.
Yes.
Right? Let's let them have a childhood. Let's face it, there is enough going on when people get older. There's enough sexual peer pressure, for people to be dealing with as they get older.
Mm-hmm.
Why are we starting them off with this at such an early age? It's unfair to them.
It is. They have the rest of their lives to have these kind of burdens.
Right. Now that this is done, you've talked to the teacher, you've talked to the principal. Do you feel satisfied with how they've handled this?
Yes and no. The principal was very understanding, and she completely agreed. But I don't know. I still don't know how they are going to handle it. I know the teacher was pretty sorry for what she did because she obviously didn't watch the video before posting it onto the kids' seesaw. And I know that she does mean well and she does have a good heart, but I think it shows that all teachers across the board need to be proactive and actually make sure they know what they are assigning and know what's in their curriculum before assigning it.
Right.
I think it is kind of a wake-up call, especially in our area.
Right. Yeah, what would you say to all the parents in our valley?
Oh, stay on top of your children.
Yeah.
And, make sure you know what is in their phones, what's in their iPads, what's going on, because, it's out there.
Yeah. There's a couple different groups of teachers. To just paint with a really broad brush, I would say you have conservative teachers and you've got left-leaning teachers. You've got conservative teachers that appreciate America and all that it's provided for us, all the privilege we have to live in this nation as Americans, is something we should value. And I think there's a lot of teachers that fall in line with that. They have Judeo-Christian values, they have a biblical worldview, and they line up with most of the parents in our community. What would you say to those teachers?
Be aware. I think don't be in denial, because I was in denial. I sent my kids to public school thinking that since we're in Temecula, it's going to be conservative, it's going to be safe. And I kind of put us in a little bit of a bubble thinking that it was going to be okay. And sure enough, this was curriculum from the state that the teacher could pick from. And it was now into the hands of my child. And I think that everybody just needs to be aware, and I think we need to fight for what's just, right, and God's way.
Right.
And I think that we have to stay on top of it.
Right.
And fight what's right.
So let's face it, there are some teachers that aren't on that side of these issues.
Yeah.
They just don't line up with the values that most of the parents in our community have. So to those more left-leaning teachers, what's your message to them?
they can believe whatever they want to believe, and they have the right to do that. We're in a free country. Their opinions are their opinions, but I don't think you should bring it to the classroom. I don't think there's topics you need to talk about. I don't think sexuality is one of them. I don't think you should talk about cigarettes, drugs, relationship status. I don't even think you need to talk about marital status. I honestly think politics shouldn't be in there either. The kids need to be kids and let them just have their innocence. Like, they don't need to be talking about heavy topics such as those. They have forever to talk about those. But right now it's let them be kids.
Let the kids be kids.
I mean, for
Let
real.
them have a childhood.
Yes.
Right.
Let them have a childhood and let them have friends and play and fall in love with learning at school and reading and writing and all the things, but leave the hidden agenda behind.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I want to thank you so much for coming forward, for sharing this with everybody, letting them know what's going on. You know, it's one thing that we talk to parents a lot, and if they don't know that these things are happening, then they kind of can become complacent. But once they start hearing, wait a minute, this is real, this is happening, now they become a lot more concerned, and that's what we want. It's the parents to be very concerned about what's going on, because there truly is an agenda for the kids. So thank you for coming forward. I appreciate your time and everything that you did. I know it takes courage, and we're glad that you had the courage to do it. So thank you.
Well, thank you, Pastor Tim. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you. And I just want to say this to everybody that's watching. There is an agenda out for our kids. I want to encourage you, if you're a parent in our valley and this has happened, you've got, like we've heard today, firsthand experience of what's gone on. We want to interview you. We want to arm our community with true, right, real information. And so if that's you and you want to reach out to us, you can do that at info@ourwatch.com. We would love to talk to you and help share your story. So God bless you. We will see you next time right here on Our Watch.